Well, I'm Jim. The first word that came into my head was bullish, but I think that was because I have a tendency, most people have a tendency towards self-deprecation, don't they?
Did you hear that you'd done that a bit early?
I didn't do it. I've played it too many times. I'm just getting worn out.
You do it again? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again?
Exciting, yeah, I'm exciting. That's another word that comes into my head. When I was little, I used to have all my Turtles toys and my Thundercats toys, but instead of like making them have fights and ninja battles, I'd make them have weddings. Yeah, quite intense in most of the things that I do.
I don't like living in a house where there's no biscuits, you know what I mean? Or when there's crap biscuits at the bottom of the tin, so I try and make sure it's all stuffed in with biscuits. Cereals is my favourite food. I love cereals. Ever since I was a kid, I used to eat with cereals, and I just can't face waking up in the morning and going, oh, being really hungry and realising I've only got Weetabix or Rice Krispies. So every couple of weeks I go to late night Tesco's with my bro. When I first moved in, I was trying to be tight on money and everything, and I looked around and I just traipsed around the aisle for about 10 minutes looking for the best bargains, and I thought, well, whose money is it? It's my money. And I just went, bollocks! And threw the Own Brands on the floor and picked up everything I wanted. Cocoa Pops Crunches, they're expensive. Sugar Puffs, Cocoa Shreddies, you know, Frosted Wheat, Special K, all the name brands, good tasting cereals that I wake up and I look forward to, and I come down in the morning and go, whoa, what am I gonna have? And every day it's different. In our supermarket with an entire, sometimes 2 trolleys full of cereals, and everyone's looking at me thinking, there goes
a man who knows what he wants.
What kind of things would you like to know? I'm a small, excitable person. This is my Reuben scrapbook. A few classic Reuben stickers on the front. A few little, kind of, what do you call them, tall stickies. Just love looking through them and see, look, Max Red. Another spare bass drum skin. I think I got that from Maida Vale, BBC Maida Vale Studios when we did a session, and I said to the engineer, Mitty, I said, Mitty, can I have that bass drum skin? It's just lying there, no one's using it. He went, yeah, thanks Mitty. And an old joystick for the old computer games. Amazing. Oh, that's a really good, that's a good joystick. I'll bring that out.
Describe myself. Probably the most average person you'll ever meet. I've actually looked exactly like this since I was about 7. I was one of those children that looked like I'm 30 my whole life. Jamie got me this, because I guess one year I must have said that I really liked those cheeseburger phones. He got me this. It doesn't adapt with the UK, it's not UK adapter, it's, I think it's Japanese. So I can't use it, but it's pretty rash. Which is your flavour? Let me go for this one. This is an Englishman's breakfast. Well, I drank this in from my bedroom. This is a classic beanbag. Check it out. Yeah, you sit on it, and it's probably the comfiest beanbag I've ever sat on. You open it up, you take out a pretty damn awesome double bed. How good's that? I sleep in the bed, to be honest. I met Jamie in 1996 when I first started playing, so I was 14. Because everyone else started playing guitar, I was like, oh, I'll play guitar as well. But what I'd realised was if I played bass, no one else played bass. So if I played bass, I'd get in all the bands because there was just physically no other bassists. So I went to a guitar teacher and he taught me bass. Jamie was another of his students.
Julie and my guitar teacher and my parents had sent me to
been very quick to pick up on my songwriting, which was my talent. So then I had all these songs, and I said to Julian, well, I want to get a band together. And he'd go, well, you know, I've got this guy called John, he plays bass. And I was like, right, cool.
I went to his house and my mum dropped me off and we were just playing. We didn't even have little proper amps or anything, we were just kind of playing for the stereo and recording it, which was really cool. Mark started drumming for us in '99 maybe.
He left, got a guy on drums, and that's the evolution of Reuben.
Anyway, I'd never heard of him before. They auditioned me, and a few weeks later they basically said, yeah, you can do it. So I kind of filled in for about 6 months while Mark went away.
He left in 2001. A guy who'd been filling in for him.
You know, they said, do you want to, do it, full time? And I was like, yeah, definitely. So then we did Scared of the Police, and then it was all rocketing from there.
And that's how Reuben's evolved. Still under the same kind of idea that, you know, they're Jamie's songs, we're going to play this guy's songs.
I'm Barney, I'm Reuben's manager. This is my flock, the Barnacles.
Well, the Barney is infamous around the local area. His nickname's...
Come on, Idge.
I know some kids call him One Man Mosh.
Fashionable Jevons is another one for being fashionably late.
During the recording of my first album, he got the nickname Bad News because it's always bad news when he called up. So in the phone we're going, oh, Bad News Jevons.
There was a tape going around called the Farnborough Groove.
He eventually took the tape, listened to it.
And I'd heard a track on that, Victim. I just thought it was lame. I thought it was really lame.
And we were like, what do you think? He was like, oh, I didn't really listen to it much. And we went, how come?
And I'm supposed to have said...
Well, to be honest, I was probably being in the toilet, being sick. I hated it so much.
It doesn't sound like the sort of thing that I would say to anyone.
Eventually, because we played enough shows around the local area with other promoters, he kind of went, okay, you can pull some people, I'll put them on, put us on.
And they were just amazing. They were no fuss, they were no bother, you know, one pedal.
Oh yeah, simple. Simplicity. That comes with being with 3 people.
Bottle top on here, so I don't hit it accidentally with my big foot. Because if I did that, it would go gay sounding.
That was it. No faff, no crew, no nothing. Just blew me away. Just thought they were incredible. And that's when it happened for me. And in fact, I think I watched that show with Rick from Bad Music.
This guy called Jamie came up to me and pressured me basically into saying, you know, I want to release a record on your record label.
And then they reached a point where they just needed a manager, they just needed one, and they had this little EP coming out, but no one was going to hear about it, and it was, you know, it just needed to be done properly, you know.
And we did really well. We got reviewed in Kerrang, it got 5Ks.
And there are lots of times that I think maybe I've hurt them by managing them, and it's balanced by the good things that I've done. And because we all still love each other, I guess it's been okay. But it's a hard one. It's a hard one, and I struggle with it a lot.
Hit me in the nose.
So is this a ritual?
You what? Massive stress. I've been to a greasy spoon. And some smoky pubs too.
They're pretty exciting. I do a lot of things, you know, passionate, not in a type way, in a way that I think a lot about things. Anyway, here's the do. What we do, see this hair? Rubbish hair. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to get some of this gunk, and I'm going to put it on my hand. That's quite a lot of gunk. Look at that, straight in the hair, like getting an egg in your hair. So this is the quiff bit, this bit's sticking up, and then this bit, I'm going to flatten that a little bit. That's your initial shape for the do. You'll blast that bit, make all that wax all dry and lovely. Really baking my forehead. Amazing. Not quite the response I wanted. Oh, it's got kind of a shape to it. Yeah, that's going all right. Not enough lift on the quiff there. So I'm going to go back and put some more gunk in. Let's do that. Yeah, concerned. Elvis is cool. What did Elvis do with his hair? He had a goddamn quiff. I got my first heckle the other day, and he just went, I don't know what, he was driving in the van, I was walking along, and he went, let's get it, it. Neurotic. A little bit. Pretty bad. Look at that, it's flopped. That's terrible. Where's the height gone? Still it's getting there. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? That's terrible. That looks pretty bad. What am I going to do? It always works in the end. I know, you get the start of the kind of the tidal wave effect there. With such style comes responsibility. It is this much of a mission every day, if you're wondering. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to pay the price for looking nice. Look at that, like a tsunami. Just to seal that all on. Look at that, how long did that take us? That was only about 10 minutes. That's pretty good for a morning. That's how they look like the Lenman. You've gone through the whole deal with the shirt, the bleach on the trouser, the smock, and the quiff. Obviously make these faces in the mirror when you're doing it. Helps you look like an idiot. I'm gonna wash my hands now. I've got twice as much product on my hands as I have my hair. That's it, there you go.
I love birthdays.
Hello, here's
That's my birthday cake. It makes a noise, that's for sure.
Oh, look at her!
What the hell is that? Oh good, you might wonder why I'm always in the front. It's because I'm a little girl and I get travel sick. So I sit in the front, I think emergency jumping out.
Where's that suit, man?
In Hazelmere, you see guys from very wealthy upbringing, and she gets like mashed up caviar and like salmon. She is very into the boy band thing. She did. She is controversial. The boy band thing is just really only a figment of everyone's imagination.
That every band is as good as each other.
Exactly.
That McFly and Reuben would make quite a good headlining bill.
Yes.
What is in it?
Bacon,
Oh my god.
potato, cabbage, onion.
It's like a whole meal in a bar.
It is. It was actually a proper meal. It was like more of a stew, but I asked my mum to blend it so I could drink it.
Oh my god, you didn't have to bother chewing it.
Man, if I hadn't met Reuben, I could have been a star.
It was talking.
Something about a buttercup.
There's no caviar in it though. And I'm not that wealthy. I'm not that wealthy. I'm not wealthy. So yes, the wonderful entrance hall. Yeah, it's cool actually. I just keep seeing things I've never seen before. I have seen them. What? I got into drums when I lived in Singapore with my family because my dad was offered a job position over there with BP. My brother's friend had a drum kit, and I always remember going up to his room and sitting behind this massive drum kit and just thinking that's the coolest thing ever, and just getting some couple of sticks and bashing around on the cymbals and drums, and that's when I started realising drums really, and that I wanted to do that. This is my garden. This isn't all of it though. If you spin round, you'll see the rest of it. I don't really come here at all. I come here maybe once, twice a year. I just felt a kind of real passion for that kind of like heavier kind of music, like kind of Ugly Kid Joe and Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff, and it just kind of gives you an excitement that I've kind of has never left me. Right. Okay. Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Right. Oh man, that's so good. I wish you could taste this. Oh, it doesn't look that appetizing because it's been blended, man. But it's all the flavours of
pure wealth.
Of just pure wealth.
Well, I'm Guy's father. Yeah, that's good. Safe. Yeah, and this is a Formula Junior car from 1961, owned by a race driver called Joe Sifford, and he had great success with the car. Unfortunately, I had a slight accident with it at the weekend.
Recent, 3 years ago, perhaps bought the Lotus 11, which is 1953, 4?
Yeah.
58.
It says 1956 on it. you.
Ah.
But that was representing 1956 and the Queen's birthday celebration. This car has been to Buckingham Palace.
Birmingham's one of my favourite places in the UK. Awful lot happening.
We met Elvis just
And they got a Forbidden Planet.
Anna Burton's.
Don't know where Burton's is. I don't really know Birmingham. It's nice though.
Cartoon characters, they wear pretty much the same thing, but maybe in different colours. I thought that was really cool.
For last year, I used to wear these stripy tops all the time.
So I really like the stripes, but I did it for a year, and it came to a natural end where I just went, oh, I can't wear this anymore.
So I thought I'd like to go for something more smart, but I still like the kind of communist idea of wearing the same thing every day, and it frees me from the decision of what to wear in the morning. I don't have to stress out. And then also people kind of know where they are with Jim. They're not going to be like, is Jim going to be wearing some crazy kind of Hawaiian shirt, some Acapulco shears? No, he's always going to be wearing this. Different colour collars maybe. So I went into Burton's and I bought a lot of these. But I bought some in large and I'm not a large. I wore the large one that didn't fit. I need to go to Burton's to see if I can swap them. They're only a £5 each. Good. They might be just a regional sale in Camberley. They might be their full £8 in Birmingham, I don't know.
Jamie, when they first went out on tour, wouldn't use flight cases for his guitars. Paul from 100 Reasons was their guitar tech for a bit, and him and Paul were best friends, but used to have massive arguments about guitars. Because Paul wanted it to be right. He wanted it to have, you know, to be polished and in a case.
Most battered guitar ever. Check that out, it's like indented, full of rubbish.
And Jamie literally would just chuck it in the back of the van. He used to wedge it between the outside of the van and the boards that run down the side and go, that's fine. And you go, Jim, you'll destroy it. He went, nah, it doesn't matter. And to him, it's just an implement to get it out there.
This is the first guitar I ever got. I won it. Yeah, when I was really little, my school gave it to me. I won a songwriting competition, but they gave the money to the school because I was in the youngest category. It was £800 worth of Yamaha equipment. So they bought me a guitar with it, which is so nice of them. They gave it to me on my birthday in assembly. Metal!
You what? Yeah, all right. Just a little bit on edge, a little bit tense. I didn't expect us to be late, and apparently we were a bit late. We weren't really expecting to have a sound check anyway, but it's nice to be around when you're needed. I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what that is.
You dropped these.
There's my boys, yeah, in the Fight Star.
Look at that.
Mum, I'm going to leave uni, I'm going to join a band. You know, it's probably the thing your parents want to hear least, I think, in the entire world.
There are my siblings and me. They all have degrees, apart from me.
See, my dad was very keen that I go to university. And my mum was very keen that I go to university.
There was always a gap as well, because my mum had it set up in a different way, so instead of them being staggered like that, it was kind of 3 quarters and 1 quarter missing, and they were kind of waiting to see what would happen, and I never went to university.
So I could go back to uni if and when I want, but I don't know if that's quite on my agenda at the moment.
I think they were pretty supportive of me going for the Reuben thing, because I had a lot to show for it from the start.
So I had a place at university, in my favourite university, it was a good university, that I had to forego to do this. And so that was a big decision. That was a bit of anguish, felt a bit torn.
The one without a degree, but you know, maybe a degree in rock. I feel like I'm here.
Reuben are a rock band. There's this whole kind of you know, this type of music is emo rock or new wave post-hardcore and all kind of finicky terms like that. But in my mind, a rock band, you know, it's a passionate rock band. They do a bit of shouting, a bit of singing, play some distorted guitars.
Reuben to me is just about really a few different things. You know, it can be really passionate, really intense, full of excitement and, you know, energy.
If you hear a Reuben song, you know it's a Reuben song. Jamie's got a really distinctive voice and a distinctive songwriting style. Sort of mix of loud stuff and pop stuff, and I don't think there's a lot out there that does the same kind of thing.
I feel it's quite intelligent music. I'm not really sure what that means.
You know, there's no pretense. It's just an honest band. You know, just an honest rock band. You know, Jamie writes these songs that I'm really proud of. I think they're great songs, and I'm really glad that, you know, we do what we do. We don't just write songs about being abandoned as a child, because we weren't abandoned as children. We had good upbringings, you know, and we can't. I mean, it's a bit of a. I mean, a lot of people are like, you need to write more passionate songs, but you can't make up an experience. You can't just lie about it. And I think a lot of people want to see some more rock and roll antics. But I mean, in fairness, this guy got thrown out of the Krang Awards. What I'm doing here is having to hoover. It's what, 8:20 in the morning. But every morning, this happens. These are our chinchillas. They're called Flash and Gordon. He's sat there watching TV, and then we have to let them run around, and then they're like, whoa, eating the walls. See, like, they're here, chewing the walls. They broke the phone. We've gone back to the old school. My mum loaned me a phone because our one got eaten. This was brand new when we moved in. My favourite bit of Reuben is playing. We always moan about this, and this isn't happening right, and, you know, we need to get sound checks, we need to get on stuff, but playing is what I really want to do with Reuben.
What a great stretch that is, look at that. Start off like that, with 2 sticks. Like that. Just kind of twist that around like that. Oh, feel that, get yourself some drumsticks, do that. I'm really left out now, so I'm making up.
Okay, well, I'm Tarrant and I'm Reuben's tour manager and front of house engineer. They're great. I mean, they're dead easy, to be honest, because they're lovely chaps and they're hard workers, and it's easy. It just flows, it's on a chord.
You're just wondering whether or not the techs are going to be able to make sure everything's working, because there's so many times where we've been to the side of stage ready to go and they come up and go, it's not working, the plug's not working, this isn't working. So I'm always worried about that, but, you know, touch wood, hope's all right. We don't know what the problem is. We have no idea what the problem is, so we're just like going to run in blind tomorrow if we don't get checks. So.
Yeah, Jamie.
Yes. This
I didn't know you were going to pull
Warwick is downstairs.
I didn't know you were going to pull teenager out the bag.
Is that what you kept on sticks?
No, I wasn't prepared for it. I normally like.
Well, I don't know. It's up to you.
Speak about songs.
Play. Do you feel?
I'm sorry for springing an easy song on
to
you.
load all the gear out.
No, I just wasn't prepared for it. I just in a different space for it. I need to know, basically.
You've been fine on the other nights. I'm feeling rubbish. I'm feeling boiling with anger. I'm feeling really hot. I'm feeling totally uncomfortable. I'm so angry that I was on stage for those 30 minutes. Just absolutely everything went wrong. Apart from my amp, which is the dodgiest piece of equipment we have. So, slap on my old king cap, go outside, catch some fucking wind. I don't mean surfing, I mean get cool. See you boys in a minute. Oh, gosh.
He's a dramatic young fellow.
Jamie is the leader in the band, you know, you've always got that one person who's in charge. He writes the songs.
I mean, the guys in Reuben have input, you know, the other two. But there's definitely someone in charge artistically, musically.
Jamie comes in and has, this is the idea, and guys like plays it brilliant.
I'll write the song either totally in my head.
Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening.
Always totally in my head, and then I might do a little demo, I'll play them and go, listen to this guys, and they go, ah, cool, that's me. That's my mouse on the computer. What I've done is I've done some cool beats in a Fruity Loops, which is a drum recording program, and I've imported them into this Cubase file, and then I've layered them up, and then I've put some real bass on it through my pod. Let's check it out. Yeah, check that. That's pretty fresh. And then I'll put the bass in. I'll be like, yeah, it's really going somewhere. Then I programmed in some drums, what Guy will play. Yeah.
What he'll do is email them to me, and I've got a lot of the third album ideas. Very rough stuff, but I've got them all here, so I'll listen to them and I'll listen to the ideas and try and interpret the next band practice we have.
And then they'll play those bits that they know, and I'll play my bit that goes over the top that really holds it all together, because the guitar is the jelly.
And it's really nice to be in that environment with people that know what they want to do.
Yeah, but you need to leave a gap between digga-da-ga, digga-da-ga, and digga-da-ga. Make sure you've got a symbol between digga-da-ga, digga-da-ga, and yeah. What are you working through here? We're working through an incredibly difficult riff in a song that's called An Act of Kindness at the moment. It might change. We're going to play it tonight. And what I've done is take away Guy's solid foundation of security by going, oh, this drum bit. Hence, when we get to it in the song, he's going to go and just freeze and stop playing for like a bar and then pick it up.
This is what he's done, and he changed it slightly to well, it has been in the past, because it has changed anyway before, and I have played it different ways.
But you were playing it that way anyway.
Then he changed it back to how I knew and I was comfortable with, and now I'm not comfortable with it.
So
what he's done,
just ignore me.
Jamie fashion, and this isn't just to do with drums, or it's just to do with changing me as a person, is slam me down, even when I'm right, and remove all confidence from me, and then slowly build it back up again.
I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were playing, and you did know what you were playing.
I'll deny Jamie of his beat and say, I can't do it.
We played that so we could work on the cymbal, and if you're just going to ignore it and go, I won't do the cymbal.
I didn't think about it, I won't do the cymbal. I'm just my brain is thinking about the next beat. I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to do this because it sounds the same, and Jamie will argue it doesn't sound the same.
So what I did was to tell you to play what you're playing because it had changed and then I changed it back. So you were fine, what you were doing was fine. I asked you what you were playing because I suspected you were playing the old version. Right. Which you should, so play the old version.
Yeah. That's the end for me.
It's the end for me.
He knows me better than I know myself, so that's kind of a good thing, because he'll push me to do things that I'll at first say, no, I can't do it, and he'll just keep pushing me.
Can you try and think about the cymbal this time? If we play it this time, okay.
And then eventually I'll be like, okay, I'll try it out, and then I'll do it. I'll be like, damn, I could do it.
So who's the drummer in this band?
Jamie.
She is my little drum machine. I program her and I press play.
I'm a night person, really. Yeah, when I say night person, I don't mean I mean yeah, from hell. Brilliant. He's gorgeous, isn't he? That kind of thing. I'd stay up until about 3 or 4 mostly. Yeah, and I'd only get up until about 3 p.m. on days when I don't have to do things. Bad news. It's just when I think it's because I work at the chip shop. It starts at 5 and finishes at, I only get home at 11. And I think if I had to go to bed straight away, I feel a bit like, oh, that's my day.
Look at the quiff, I can see it in the mirror. This is where I find out that I've got a shift on the day I'm supposed to be doing the gig, and then I have to swap it with someone. Look at that hair, have you seen that hair? I've just seen it in the mirror. I look like a mistake. I can't believe it was looking so good in the house. Honestly. I've had this hair for a long time. Every day.
It cleans your ceilings.
Nice.
And also, if you have erection problems,
That's good stuff. I'm very impressed.
I like Jamie. He's a very honest guy.
It ain't a one-way street. No, it's a dual carriageway.
A rare honesty.
It's like the M25. No, that's like a circle. I'm going the wrong way here.
And he's an artist.
I need to get one of them hodda whisk things that grannies have.
His sense of humour is great. He has customs in stitches. Difficult to replace him. Can't find anybody like him in a chippy.
2 cup, please. Bark. Thanks very much. So what I do is I pay the rent for this place out of the advance that we got for the first 2 albums. John, who's moved out with his girlfriend Gemma, he doesn't do it like that. He's got a job at Waitrose.
There you go, well here we are, rocking up at the Trows. I've got to rotate all the old stocks. If you see there, these ones are the dated 22nd, and these ones here are dated 23rd. The worst thing you can do is kind of just put the new gear on top of the old gear.
It could have been eggs.
Could have been eggs, I've done that before. If anything's spilt, you have to pick it up, because you're right by the front doors, so people are going to come in, grapes on the floor, things on the floor, people are just going to bow out on them. And obviously, it's not a good look when you've got people lying in the aisles. So here it is. This is my section manager, Phil. And Phil took over and he's been running this section, and it's all good?
Yep.
Yeah, having a good time?
Yeah,
it's all right.
It's been good fun.
This is my brother-in-law, this is Paul Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good brother-in-law?
Yeah, he's alright, as brother-in-laws go. Well, I wouldn't personally buy it, it's not my taste. Mine's a Steps. I'm a Steps fan.
Don't film me!
Well, what I tend to do is the advance money I kind of just keep in a bank and try and save up to get some ISA, in an ISA. With the money I earn from Waitrose, that basically pays my living costs, my rent, pays his car, on Peugeot 307, which I've had about 2 years. I just live off the money I get from Waitrose, and I save all the money I get from the band, really.
And that's one way of doing it. And my plan was always that when I got an advance from the records, I'd eke it out like it was a sum, because you can treat it like it's a lump sum, keep it there and live with your mum and dad, keep the money safe, which is what Guy's doing.
That's pretty good, then.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Right,
thank you.
I'll just add it onto the rent.
There we go. The rent. That's why I work at Debenhams. Well, this is me at work at Debenhams in Guildford. Fantastic. Just going to help some customers look at buy some stuff off their wedding list. So, Debenhams sale finishes today. Taking down all the ticketing. So goodbye sale. But to be honest, there'll be a sale back on like next week probably. When don't you have a sale on? Never. A lot of bands probably sign a record deal and think they're going to be sorted and quit their jobs. I've heard people do that. They quit their jobs and then they're back there 2 weeks later. They realise they couldn't actually live off the small amount of money their label gave them. So everyone's over there working, and I kind of wander around here. And because I'm quite small and short, I can hide behind the bins, and then I can kind of slowly moonwalk my way back into the game section, where they got electric drum kit. I play. But I don't get to do it very often, because when I do, last time I played the drums there, I had a little crowd form around me, and security came up and said, "Back to work, everyone, back to work." Anyway, back to taking sale tickets down, I suppose. Buy game, buy drum kit.
So I treat the advance like a job, and I equal it out into monthly payments. Lasts me a couple of years, it will. And by which time either we'll have another advance, or I'll have to stop, or look for other ways of income, which I'm doing at the moment. So I work at the chip shop a couple of times a week, and that pays for my getting around money, my eating money, my food money, my buying a garlic money. And then the advance is how I live. That's how I pay the bills, and that's how I pay the rent. My buying a garlic money. It's like he's singing it. When things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Tune in, JC. So how long have we been driving for now?
About 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? I feel a little bit like I'm Phileas Fogg and you're like Passport 2. Oh God, look. How you doing, chaps?
Hey.
I'm Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. My name's H. Hardy. Alright,
Nice to
alright,
meet you.
lad. Yeah. So where'd you get it from, man?
Oh, made it.
You made it?
Yeah.
Well, all yourself?
All myself.
From scratch. Every little bit he's made on there.
Are you a pretty big Doctor Who fan?
Used to be when I was a kid, and then just thought it'd be interesting to make one, you know, see if we could do it.
Man, that's totally
Yeah,
right.
well, we'll stop if we can spin it round, because it's just the shoulder
spin it
section,
round.
isn't it?
You're a good guy. Cannot believe I now have a Dalek. It's huge! What are we gonna do? Look, he's just drawing this on with a piece of paper, bless him. I'm gonna have to do that again. I don't quite know how my boys are gonna receive this when they come home.
Give quack quack.
Hello now. Oh my God! He's massive. Raise your hand.
You boys can be a tag team. Reuben!
We wouldn't be the band we are if we didn't tour and play to all the people we play to. People wouldn't be buying our albums unless we played live. So touring is essential for Reuben anyway.
I didn't know it was the drummer when I first met him. Anyway, anyone seeing the drummer in it, I turn around and there he is there.
Even once we built up those that fan base from playing live, you've got to keep building it and keep playing. And, I love it. I love playing to people. I love performing.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Young people, old people as well. Everyone's kind of same and kind of different. It's difficult. You've shared experience with everyone. You have things in which you are alone, so that's how our fans are. I think they're just music fans. I think they're music fans.
1, 2, 1, 2.
You go see a lot of bands, and there's one type of audience. You get really young girls or really young guys. And with our band, you do get those people, but you get the next step up, and you get people at uni, and you get people who've graduated uni, and you get people who've got kids and stuff. And it's quite nice to be in that position where your audience isn't just one range of people, one age group.
Oh, very big fans, man.
Huge fans,
I've actually got all your CD covers back to Pilot for you to sign in my bag if you don't mind doing. But
That's cool, man.
The thing that will make them go all the way is their relationship with their fans, which is so strong.
Hi, Hobo John. Hi, this is Jamie. Are you alright? You having a nice time?
I've never known another band who care as much about their fans and whose fans care as much about them.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I've just been told to answer the phone. I don't really know. I'm Jamie from Reuben, from the pop band Reuben. Yeah, there you go.
No, it's really good.
How did you find the new song?
Yeah, the. I couldn't follow it.
I found that a bit difficult because I couldn't hear you guys. I couldn't hear the bass.
I couldn't hear you at the start with the.
Yeah!
Oh no! Yeah!
Yeah!
You came in a bar late.
Yeah! I was trying to watch your strumming because I was like.
I thought I'll make it clear for him so he can hear it, but it's still about. It came out right. I don't think anyone noticed.
But by the second time, when I was like.
We're with you.
Really? Yeah. Huh. That'd be nice. We're at Soul Valley Studios in Wimbledon. This is Soul Valley, isn't it? And with Sean here, who's previously worked with Tom McRae and Garrica. We're just working with him for the first time, doing some demos of some songs that we're hopefully going to use on the third album. So.
This little intro bit, I was thinking about recording separately. Okay? I'll take it on after. It's a bit gay.
It's a new experimental album. It's water and jungle sounds.
Don't do that, little fella. They'll never let us back in. I like this an awful lot. Yeah, okay.
What? Mexican, not allowed.
Yeah, Mexicans not allowed. None of them bastards. Like our first album. Sombreros, fuck off. Tortilla chips, get the hell out of here. Chili, no thanks.
Or chili from the Red Hot Chili. No, chili from TLC.
That's what you're talking about now.
Well, one of them was called Chili, wasn't she?
No.
There was T-Bone, Left Eye and Chili, TLC.
But what was Left Eye's real name?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
No, what was her real name?
Alan, I don't know.
No, it was Lena. You had two of the right letters, mate. Well done, I think you got very close. You know, behind the screens, behind the scenes, evil teens. That doesn't. I didn't go there. Nowadays I got girls on tap, bitches in the front seat, bitches in the back. I'll write some lyrics for a new album. Yeah, mega computer, about how fresh I am. Look at how my wheels roll on down the track. Listen to cassette tape of Michael Jackson. You better watch your step. Yeah.
Is it a rap album?
It is a rap album. That's off Mega Computer.
Mega Computer?
Yeah.
It's cool, I like it.
That's off the song Check This.
I think Agony Agatha is what I'm used to now, and I don't want it to change.
But it would be better if it was just one, either just Agony or just Agatha.
It would be better.
You left the band. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great?
You need to have at least one record deal before you really know what the deal is with the record industry. And now I feel that we know what the deal is with the record industry enough that we could do it ourselves. We know enough about what's going on with the help that we've had from people like Extra Mile and Sony to guide us through it, to show us what to do. And so we're really confident that we could do that. We're talking to other labels, and if that happens, great. But I think when we first started out, we thought it would be the end of everything if we couldn't get a deal. And now, I think it's almost incidental.
The music industry is all I've known for the past 5 years, really. And that's all I've done, and that's all I really like doing. I wouldn't want to, if the band ended, I wouldn't want to go and work in an office for the sake of just getting a 9 to 5 for some money to do this. I might as well earn half the wage doing something that I really want to do. Having an enjoyable life is as important as having a wealthy one, I think. I think it's more important to have a good time and leave the world happy, I think.
I'd see us, going from strength to strength, releasing another couple of albums, getting really big, all that business, really living well off the music. Doing a tour in Europe, I'd like to do that. Realistically, I wouldn't say that's unrealistic. Yeah, that could happen. Who knows? That's where I'd like to be. That's where I'd like to be, doing more records and getting a bit more money out of it. Earning a bit more money.
the bottom line is we all want it to work, we all want it to succeed. So whatever it takes, they would do whatever it takes. So, yeah, all the way.
I feel like we're in a position to do anything. I really feel like we're on the verge of something big. I think we're in a powerful position, more than we've been in, a better position than we've been in for the rest of our career.
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory. Satisfactory.
It's the anniversary meal of 10 years of John and Jamie making music together, and 5 years with me in the band.
5 years since Mark left.
5 years since Mark left.
Mark was, he did the drums on Pilot and some of the B-sides as well.
And then Rick does the website. And
it was his birthday 2 days ago.
It's his birthday treat.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about 5 years ago since you put the record out.
It's true, since he put Pilot out.
5-year anniversary of that.
Barney, what are we celebrating with Barney?
It's about
the fact
5
that he's
years
still
since
alive,
Barney.
not eating any wheat. All meat.
All meat. No wheat, no meat, no fun.
Me and John was the biggest anniversary. It's alright, I don't mind. It's taken a long time to come together. Yeah, it's from two. This is the back of it. Yeah, this is the front.
Wicked.
She is a gold record. I'll give you a credit. This is the first song we ever played together. It was word up by Gun.
At the start,
when we were tiny,
there's me and Jimmy.
You're so beautiful.
Essentially the same, really. We haven't changed much. I've always wanted a gold disc.
You got it,
and he immediately got it.
Looks well good, doesn't it, mate?
It looks proper class.
I practiced on my computer with pictures.
You guys do this.
Wow.
Why did you send us a £5 note?
That's actually more money than you've made out of your entire career.
This is just another piece of mail from another humble fan.
A guy on the forum sent me a message and said that he'd sent a letter to the band. Could I go and collect it? I sent it to my PO box. So I went and got it today.
When I gave Race Car its first listen, I was blown away. The subtle build-ups in the choruses, in the songs, to your fabulous rants, the heartfelt, quiet guitar playing, the lyrics that really struck a chord with me, it was all just too much.
Get salads. There you go. Thanks very much. I'll get fat on that.
Yeah.